Hello, Jane.
Hello, Lisa.
Hi, today we're talking about applying nutrition to a fitness-based gym program.
Okay.
Many people are drawn to advertisements in magazines and other forms of media promoting the latest weight loss fad that promises fast and speedy fat loss with a minimum of effort. New diet crazes pop up nearly every week, and the vast majority of them also disappear just as quickly, leading to the question of whether they were ever effective and, more importantly, safe. Some weight loss fads remain popular, whilst others are often forgotten. Dietitians and registered nutritionists continue to promote sustainable and healthy dietary advice, highlighting the fact that to lose weight and to keep it off, we all need to eat less, eat more healthily, and incorporate more exercise. However, this approach is often not the most popular, as it involves a long-term lifestyle change. Fad diets often promote the fact that their regime needs only to be followed for a short period of time, often just a few weeks, which is very appealing for people who are reluctant to make the long-term changes as suggested by nutrition professionals. Many fad diets do lead to fast and in some instances dramatic weight loss. However, this is often at the expense of health, and often weight loss is not sustained due to the reintroduction of foods, old eating habits and changes in the metabolic rate in relation to the fad diet followed. Perhaps more worryingly, many fad diets are not based on scientific evidence and can be harmful to health. People follow these fad diets without first gaining the advice from their GPs or nutrition experts, placing many individuals with existing health conditions at risk. Reasons to avoid fad diets. If fad diets can make you feel unwell, many fad diets work by drastically cutting calories, which can result in numerous health complications, including those listed above, which is lowered immune system, nausea, headaches, dehydration, constipation, nutrient deficiencies, and muscle wastage. They cannot be sustained. Once the weight loss is stopped, many dietists find they regain weight, and often more, as they have regularly negatively impacted their metabolism and go back to old eating habits. An example of fad diets is low carbohydrate diets. I know you follow a low carbohydrate diet, don't you?
Yeah.
Yes, detox diets and the 5-2 diet. Bear with me a moment. Dieters. People who are trying to lose weight are at risk of nutrient deficiencies if their diets are not balanced and varied. But you do eat a balanced and varied diet,
I do, because I go through it all with the dietitian, so it's all checked and authorised kind of thing, yeah.
Yes. This is largely due to calorie restriction over both in short and long-term periods of time. People following fad diets and other weight loss diets that prohibit certain food groups. So when they prohibit certain food groups, they're more at risk. In particularly very low-calorie diets and high-protein, low-carbohydrate diets. If you have food allergy and intolerance, individuals with food allergies and intolerances are at risk of nutrient deficiencies due to the restrictions imposed on their diet. Individuals allergic to gluten may struggle to find alternatives to wheat-based products, often a staple in their diet. Similarly, cow's milk allergy can lead to the avoidance of an entire food group, increasing the risk of calcium deficiency. The suitable alternatives need to be included to ensure a balanced diet is followed. But like you said, you actually discussed yours with a dietitian. So.
Yeah, I see her every month. So.
And does she write the diet for you to reach your goal of losing weight?
No, because we discuss food groups and what groups I'm eating, and we've also done plate size and all of that. So it's, yeah, I ensure that I've got protein, fibre, all the vitamins and minerals, because I read food labels and I know about food groups.
Yes.
So, and obviously with the dietitian talking to me about it as well, that just improves my knowledge even more.
Yes. Okay. A supplement which contains one or more dietary ingredients. I don't know if you take supplements at all.
No, I don't need to, because my diet is so it's complete. Even though it's low carbohydrate, it's complete.
Right.
And I have my carbs like at the beginning of the day and at lunchtime.
Yes.
And on obviously with her overlooking it, I don't eat carbohydrates in the evening.
Okay, I'll just tell you a bit about supplements just for your knowledge.
Okay.
A supplement which contains one or more dietary ingredients available in pill, capsule, tablet or liquid form, recognised and labelled as a dietary supplement. Thus, the word supplement means something to add in addition to, which would translate as being a healthy addition to a balanced diet. There are numerous types of dietary supplements available in health food shops, supermarkets, sports shops and online, including vitamins and minerals, herbal, botanical, sports drinks which are isotonic and hypertonic, energy bars, protein powders and amino acids, creatine, caffeine, digestive aids and other dietary aids. Yet even the most expensive supplement cannot be a substitute for good nutrition. Some segments of the population do benefit from a nutritional supplement, often in the form of a vitamin and mineral supplement due to the specific nutrient needs. And that includes people like women who are trying to conceive, pregnant and lactating women, young infants, vegetarians and vegans, people who are dieting and or avoiding certain food groups, people with eating disorders, people with medical conditions, people who eat a lot of processed food, and you're not really...
I don't eat processed food.
You don't know that.
No.
When exercise first commences, fuel is produced via anaerobic metabolism. When breathing increases and heart rate rises, more oxygen becomes available and metabolism switches from anaerobic to aerobic. The predominant fuel for exercise during this anaerobic state is carbohydrate. At rest or during low intensity exercise, fat is the predominant fuel. It is the ideal fuel for endurance activities. However, it is not a fuel that can be mobilised from stores during high intensity exercise, such as sprinting or other forms of exercise for short periods. When exercising at a low intensity, our fat stores can provide fuel for activity for several hours. This is because sufficient oxygen is available to support fat metabolism, fat breakdown, as fat usage can only occur in an aerobic environment. So you were doing moderate intensity exercise.
Mm-hmm.
As exercise intensity increases, fuel usage involves both fat and carbohydrate metabolism. Carbohydrate stores in muscle and plasma are very efficient at providing instant energy and can fuel exercise for up to 2 hours, which is a moderate level. However, these stores will dwindle relatively rapidly and fatigue and muscle weakness will set in. Thus, once glycogen stores in muscles become depleted, athletes and active individuals will hit a wall. Replenishing stores by the consumption of carbohydrate-rich food is then required. Carbohydrate loading refers to the intake of carbohydrate prior to exercise to maximise stores in muscle, which is muscle glycogen, and optimise energy levels and muscle strength. This is an important aspect in sports nutrition.
So does that mean that I should eat my carbohydrates before I exercise?
Yes. Sorry. Energy is in balance. When energy intake, food calories equals energy output, which is energy expended. This continual and long-term balance of energy intake and energy output means weight is maintained. When energy balance is disrupted, the result is a change in body weight. The more exercise undertaken, the more calories are required to attain energy balance. Negative energy balance occurs when energy intake is not sufficient to support or balance energy output. As a consequence, weight loss is experienced as fat or muscle is mobilised from the stores to provide energy. The basal metabolic rate represents the rate at which humans expend energy whilst at rest. The term rest is defined as being in a complete mental and physical post-absorptive state in which the stomach and small intestine are empty and in a comfortable temperature environment. Calories are only required for body processes, examples of circulation of blood, respiration and body temperature control, and for normal functioning of the vital organs, such as the heart, lungs, kidneys, liver, intestine, muscles, brain, nervous system and skin. Although a relatively minimum amount of food energy is required to support body processes in a resting state, basal metabolism for most individuals represents the greatest component of the calorie requirements with additional calorie needs for exercise and other purposes. In physical activity, 1 pound of body fat is often perceived to be approximately 3,500 kilocalories. Therefore, if someone has 3,500 kilocalories less than their requirements, resulting in negative energy balance, they are predicted to lose a given amount of weight. However, variations between metabolic rates and other factors means this rule of thumb is not accurate and cannot be used to predict weight loss or gain. In addition to this, weight loss does not follow a linear path, and rate of weight change in individuals naturally fluctuates. It is generally agreed that weight loss, and in fact weight maintenance, is particularly challenging without participating in physical exercise regularly, and a rise in obesity rates around the globe are partly associated with sedentary lifestyles. However, conversely, physical exercise on its own cannot lead to weight loss unless healthy changes to the diet are made. The The amount of energy we need is directly dependent on many different factors, some of which include the following: dietary intake, body temperature, thyroid, age, gender, genetics, activity levels, pregnancy, and climate. Irrespective of our exercising goals and activity levels, we should all consume a healthy, balanced diet, as all necessary nutrients for muscle strength, endurance, and well-being can be met through a varied diet. However, for people who exercise regularly and train competitively, additional energy is required and at designated times throughout the day. Carbohydrate and protein requirements. If weight is to be maintained, then energy intake needs to match energy output. If increased muscle mass is desired, then energy intake should exceed energy output. However, a diet to support muscle growth still needs to be balanced, i.e. individuals wishing to gain muscle should not just increase their protein, as muscles also need energy in the form of carbohydrate to strengthen. Individuals should choose whole grain cereals to provide sources of carbohydrate, lean protein sources, lean meat, eggs, fish, beans and pulses, and healthy oils. Carbohydrates are the most important fuel for working muscles, as well as an essential source of energy for the central nervous system and the brain. Stored as glycogen in muscle and the liver. A regular intake of carbohydrate is required to ensure stores do not drop. This means consuming carbohydrate with each meal, pre and post exercise. Okay? Low glycogen stores due to excessive exercise and or low intake of a carbohydrate will reduce performance and increase risk of injury. However, some sports actively reduce their carbohydrate stores as it reduces weight. Loss of muscle glycogen also means loss of water. This practice can put athletes at risk. Our fluid requirements. Muscles need fluid for power. Keeping hydrated is crucial in terms of maintaining muscle strength and optimizing energy levels. Too often, athletes reach for high carbohydrate snacks to boost their energy levels, only to realise this dehydration has zapped them of energy and strength. Even mild dehydration can have a major impact on exercise performance. Depending on exercise intensity and duration, athletes need to keep hydrated throughout the day, consuming a very appropriate value of around 1.5 to 2 litres. The best source of fluid is water when exercising for up to an hour. For longer duration exercise, and both energy and fluid is needed in larger quantities, a carbohydrate electrolyte drink may benefit to help replace salt lost in sweat and to replenish muscle glycogen stores. These drinks can easily be prepared at home or bought. Be aware of sports drinks that are high in sugar. There are two types of fluid, hypertonic and isotonic. Hypertonic drinks contain carbohydrate and electrolytes at lower concentrations and levels than in the body, typically less than 4 grams of carbohydrate per 100 ml. Designed to replace fluid, isotonic drinks contain carbohydrate and electrolytes at a similar concentration to levels in the body, typically 4 to 8 grams of carbohydrate per 100 ml, designed to replace lost fluid in addition to providing energy.
Yeah, I wouldn't have isotonic drinks anyway because of the sugar in them.
Right.
So yes. I know they're like saying 8 grams, but it's for 100 ml, but for me that's just too much.
Right, okay. So now we just want to go through it. Can I ask you to fill in the personal nutrition and fitness development questionnaire, because the last one you filled in I lost.
Right, okay.
So can I ask you to fill that in again? And I can scan that onto the site and send that with this.
This is all kept private and confidential,
yes,
isn't it?
Yes, it's all private and confidential.
And it's covered under the Data Protection Act?
Yes. few more questions. Thank you, Jane.
Okay.